Okay, so welcome back. We have been looking at operations or productions and operations management, and I will try as much as I can to be as fast as I can because I will try to see if we could get to do 2 courses today. Then tomorrow we'll just round up with whatsoever that is remaining. All right? Okay. Thank you so much for bearing with us. So we were speaking about production management, production processes, production design, and all of that before we went on break. So we're going to be continuing with product design. A good product design has the following common features: utility, producible, differentiable, profitability, and aesthetics. All right, so by utility means that it must have value. By producible, it means that it can be produced. Differentiable, it must have unique, different from other products in the market. Profitability, there should be some margin of profitability to it, and there should be some aesthetics that attract buyers to it. Objective of product design. The essence of product design is to satisfy customer and maximize the value from the customer at minimum cost. The product or service should also be able to meet primary needs and desire of the customer. This may not require development of new product, but enhancement to existing product or service. Now, what are the stages in product design? Well, the first stage, which is this stage involves brainstorming, bringing ideas, and analysis of customers and market feedback. Then the second stage is idea is converted into a feasible solution to satisfy the customer expectation using available resources. And the third one, available resources and technology. The third one is the stage where the product is introduced to the market. Now, what are the factors affecting product design? We have correct team selection. So team selection could affect product design. Customer involvement could affect product design. Prototyping and testing, raw materials, production method and process layout, and other external factors. Now, quickly, product selection. Product selection is a process, or the product selection process is done through a combination of financial analysis, risk analysis, existing product portfolio, raw material supply, and predetermined product criteria. Supply chain management. Supply chain management. To help us understand supply chain management, let's quickly look at this scenario. If you go to supermarket and pick up a few items of the shelf from electronics and white goods or even clothes and look at the labels, chances are that you will find them having been manufactured in China or Mexico. The coffee pot you buy to use for your everyday use comes from Africa. Computers have been shipped out of South American factories and soft furnishings on the shelves from India and Hong Kong. So what do you analyze from the scenario in the previous slide? We have movement of goods from different locations of the world where they are most produced to where they are not most produced but actually needed. So you move them from where there's congested market to where there's ready market. With the above scenario, you find companies procuring materials globally from various vendors to supply raw materials to their factories suited in different continents. The finished goods out of these different factory locations then pass through different chains of distribution network involving warehouses, exports to different countries or local market distributors, retailers, and finally to the end user. So now let's look at what supply chain is all about. As per definition, supply chain management is the management of a network of all business processes and activities involving procurement of raw materials, manufacturing, and distribution management of finished goods. Importance of supply chain management will have effective market average. They will have availability of products at locations. They'll have inventory control and will have inventory visibility. quickly, let's look at capacity planning. Capacity is defined as the ability to achieve, store, or produce. For an organization, capacity would be the ability of a given system to produce output within the specific time period. In operations, management capacity is referred as an amount of the input resources available to produce relative output over a period of time. Why do we need capacity planning? What's the benefit of capacity planning? Capacity planning is essential to determine optimum utilization of resources and plays an important role in decision-making process. For example, extension of existing operations, modifications to product lines, starting new products, and so on and so forth. Capacity planning classification. We have the long-term capacity planning, we have medium-term capacity planning, and we have the short-term capacity planning. Now, let's quickly look at each and every one of them. Long-term capacity planning, long-range capacity of an organization is dependent on various other capacity like design capacity, production capacity, sustainable capacity, and effective capacity. For the medium-term capacity, strategic capacity planning undertaken by organization for 2 to 3 years of time frame is referred to as the medium-term capacity planning. Short-term capacity, the strategic planning undertaken by organization for a daily, weekly, or quarterly time frame is referred to as the short-term capacity planning. So in essence, while the long-term planning could be anything above 3 years, medium-term could be anything within 3 months to 3 years, and the short-term could be anything from daily to quarterly. Goal of capacity planning. The ultimate goal of capacity planning is to meet the current and future level of the requirement or at a minimal wastage. The 3 types of capacity planning based on goals are: we have the effective capacity planning, which is dependent upon factors like production facility, like layout, design, and location. They will have product line or matrix production technology, human capacity, like job design, compensation, then operational structures like scheduling, quality assurance, and external structures. So I have effective capacity planning. Okay, sorry, I skipped this slide. The 3 types of capacity planning is based on goals. We have the lead capacity planning, we have the lag strategy planning, and we have the match strategy planning. Lead capacity planning, lag strategy planning, and match strategy planning. And from their names, you could actually point to what they are saying. Lag strategy planning, we must see the need before we invest. Lead capacity planning, you are strategically ahead. And match strategy, you do things as they come up. So lag, behind; lead, ahead; match, dealing with it as it comes up. Now we have facility location. Facility location is the right location. Is the right location for the manufacturing facility. It will have sufficient access to customers, workers, transportation, and so on. Facility location determines a business critical strategic decision. There are several factors which determine the location of facility. Among them are the competition, cost, and corresponding associated effects. Facility location is a scientific process utilizing various techniques. Location selection factors. Location selection factors. For a company which operates in global environment, available infrastructure, labor, skill, government policies, and the environment are very important factors. A right location provides adequate access to customers, skilled laborers, transportation, and so on. A right location ensures success of the organization in current global competitive environment. Errors in location selection. Errors in location in selection can be divided into two broad categories. We have the behavioral errors and we have the non-behavioral errors. The behavioral errors are decisions made by executives of company where personal factors are considered before success of location. For example, movement of personal establishment from hometown to new location facility. They have the non-behavioral errors. Non-behavioral errors include lack of proper investigative practice and analysis, ignoring critical factors and characteristics of the industry. They have the location strategy. The goal of an organization is customer delight. For that, it needs access to customers at minimum possible cost. This is achieved by developing location strategy. Location strategy helps the company in determining product offering, market demand forecast in different markets, best location to access customers, and best manufacturing and service locations. Factors influencing facility location. We have customer proximity, business area, free trade zones and agreements, suppliers, environmental policies, and then availability of skilled labor. Facility layout. Facility layout is an agreement of different aspects of manufacturing in an appropriate manner to achieve desired production results. Facility layout considers available space, final product, safety of users, and facility and convenience of operations. Factors affecting facility layouts are the design of the facility layout should consider overall objectives set by the organization. Optimal space needs to be allocated for process and technology, a proper safety measure to avoid mishap, overall mismanagement policies, and future direction of the organization. Design of facility layout. Principles which drive design of the facility layout need to take into consideration objective of facility layout, factors influencing facility layout, and constraints of facility layout. These principles are as follows: flexibility, capital, and space utilization. Design layout techniques. Design layout techniques. Design layout techniques. There are three techniques of design layout, and they are as follows: 2 or 3 dimensional templates, in which the techniques utilizes development of a scaled down model based on approved drawings. So we have the 2D or 3-dimensional template for design, architectural design. Then we have sequence analysis. This technique utilizes computer technology in designing the facility layout by sequencing out all activities and then arranging them in circular or in a straight line. Then we have the line balancing. This kind of technique is used for assembly line. Types of facility layout. We have the line layout, we have the functional layout, we have the fixed position layout, cellular technology layout, combined layout, computerized relative allocation of facilities technique. Okay, let's quickly look at materials management and warehouse. Raw materials should be converted into finished goods for selling. But after purchase and before selling, they need to be in good care. Any damage or theft to the materials is going to increase cost to the organization. So it becomes important for organization to have a robust and effective warehouse as well as materials management. What's the scope of warehouse management? Generally, warehouse is structure or building design, keeping in mind raw material and finished goods it is going to stock. Therefore, warehouse management should be able to receive the purchased goods entered upon the stock register, inventory accounting of raw material, work in progress, or finished goods, then preservation of the inventory, ability to assess goods whenever they are called upon. They will have appropriate record keeping through coding and to preserve goods and reduce obsolescence. Then proper stocking of goods to ensure smooth handling. Warehouse management significantly increases the overall efficiency of the production and organization. A robust warehouse management would ensure that a smooth flow of operation or production, appropriate layout management to reduce material handling and equipment handling, reduce wastage as well as spoilage, eliminate the possibility of theft and damage, ensure preservation of environment and reduce pollution, then encourage cost reduction and driving efficiency. Warehouse design. Warehouse design is the art in which goods and materials can be stored to reduce wastage, cost of carrying, and increase safety. The various factors the various factors considered for warehouse design are as follows: easy material handling, including receipt, dispatch, and storage; easy supervision of materials as well as personnel; reduce and control obsolescence of the goods by following appropriate methods; then optimum utilization of space. Storage location. There are three general ways in which goods are stored to reduce material handling and increase prompt access. They are as follows: fixed position. One, fixed position, in which specific area is located where designated goods are stored. If the designated goods are not there, that space will remain empty. Fixed position encourages easy and traceable access to the goods. Then we have the second one, random storage, in which goods are stored wherever space is available. Here, maximum utilization of the space is achieved. Then we have three, categorized fixed location, in which particular set of products are placed randomly in the allotted space. Materials management. Materials management is a subset of warehouse management, dealing exclusively materials which contribute the maximum to the completion of the end product. The objective of materials management are as follows. One, lower price of the raw materials. Two, reduce the cost of production and ensure smooth flow of production. Three, maintain quality of raw materials as well as finished goods. Maintain good relations with the supplier to ensure a smooth flow of raw materials. And finally, continuous improvement of the skill set of the workers, thereby increasing overall efficiency within the organization. Objectives of material handling. The main objectives of material handling are as follows. It should be able to determine appropriate distance to be covered, facilitate reduction in material damage to improve quality, reduce overall manufacturing time by designing efficient materials movement, improve material flow control, creation and encouragement of safe and hazard-free work conditions, improve productivity and efficiency, better utilization of time and equipment. Principles of material handling. Materials handling principle as follows: orientation principle, planning principle, systems principle, unit load principle, space utilization principle, standardization principle, energy principle, ecology principle, and safety principle. Inventory management. Inventory management. Inventory management involves various costs, investment, space management, and so on. Also, there are chances that stored inventory may get damaged or get stolen, adding to extra costs to the company. Therefore, it is important to have a robust inventory management for an organization. Inventory holding. For an organization, it becomes important to hold inventory for following reasons. One, inventory holding ensures that operations delay do not impact delivery to customers. It also ensures that company can meet spikes or fluctuation in product demand. It ensures that there is flexibility in production. It ensures that any delay by suppliers do not affect working of the company. Inventory models. We have two basic inventory models. We have the independent demand inventory model and the dependent demand inventory model. The independent demand inventory model talks about raw material demand, which is dependent upon prevailing market conditions and is not correlated to any raw material currently used by the organization. Finished goods is an appropriate example for independent demand inventory model. Now I have the dependent demand inventory model, talks about raw materials demand, which are integral part of production and form important part of material resource planning. For example, demand for raw material can be established as the basis of demand of finished products. Inventory costs. There are three broad categories of costs associated with inventory. We have the holding cost, we have the ordering cost, and we have the setup cost. Holding costs are carrying costs associated with inventory over a period of time. They include insurance, warehousing, interest, extra headcount, and so on. Then you have the ordering costs associated with purchasing of raw material and receiving raw materials. They include forms, order processing, office maintenance supplies, and staff associated with ordering. Then we have the setup costs. They are associated with installation of machines for production. They include cleanup, retooling costs, and adjustment costs. They will have the just in time. Okay. Just in time is a set of strategic activities which are formulated to achieve maximum production with minimal maintenance of inventory. Just in time as philosophy is applicable to various types of operation, but on implementation side, it is more relevant with manufacturing operations. For just-in-time system to be successful, there are two critical elements. We have attitude of workers versus management and practices. Attitude of workers with that of management versus practices. Fundamentals of just-in-time, we have just-in-time manufacturing and ordering. It goes down to be rooted on elimination of waste, lean management, signal system, or what we call Kanban, and then push or pull system. In agile project management, just in time agile approach is also referred to as the Kanban. Kanban. Okay. Now we have materials and resource planning. Materials and resource planning. Materials and resource planning. Materials and resource planning. I've not seen Binta Bamali in any of the classes today. Please, who is our group leader? Binta Bamali, I've not seen her in any of the classes today. Our group leader, please. I don't know why she's not here. Materials and resource planning. Material requirement planning is an information system for production planning based on inventory management. The basic components of materials planning are: materials planning provide information that is required for raw material and products that are available for production. Materials planning ensures that inventory levels are maintained at each minimum levels. Materials planning provides information of production planning and scheduling, but also provides information about dispatch and stocking. I've not also seen Benjamin Andy in this class today. What are the objectives of materials and resource planning? Number one, primary objective is to ensure that materials and components are available for production and final products are ready for dispatch. Second objective is not only to maintain minimum inventory, but also ensure right quantity of material is available at the right time to produce right quantity of final products. And thirdly, third objective is to ensure planning of all manufacturing processes, the scheduling of different job works to minimize or remove any kind of idle time for machine and workers. Advantages of material resource planning. Number one, it helps in maintaining minimum inventory levels. With minimum inventory levels, material planning also reduces associated costs. Material tracking becomes easy and ensures that economic order quantity is achieved for all lots order. Material planning smoothens capacity utilization and allocates correct time to produce as per demand forecast. Disadvantages of materials and resource planning could be highly dependent on inputs. Material planning is highly dependent on inputs it receives from other systems or the department. If input information is not correct, then the output for material planning will also be incorrect. Secondly, material planning requires maintenance of robust database with all information pertaining to inventory record, production schedules, and so on, without which output again will be incorrect. Material resource planning system requires substantial investment of time and capital. Material resource planning, interdependency of business function. Material planning not only benefits operation department, but it also is also beneficial to the other department of organization. They are as follows. Materials planning is useful in determining cash flow requirements based on material requirements and final dispatch schedules. It helps procurement team in scheduling purchase of necessary material. It helps the sales team in determining delivery dates for final products. Okay. Implementation of material resource planning. Number one, implementation and success of material resource planning is dependent on the following factors. Number one, accessibility or acceptability by top management about advantages and benefits, proper tracking or proper training and participation of all workers and personnel, then precision and accuracy of input data for accurate and reliable results. Quickly, let's look at production planning and control. production planning and control. Production planning is required for scheduling, dispatch, inspection, quality management, inventory management, supply management, and equipment management. Production control ensures that production team can achieve required production target, optimal utilization of resources, quality management, and cost savings. Now, what are the benefits of production planning and control? It ensures that optimal utilization of production capacity is achieved by proper scheduling of the machine items, which reduces the idle time as well as overuse. It ensures that inventory levels are maintained at optimum levels at all times. That is, there is no overstocking or understocking. It also ensures that production time is kept at optimal level and thereby increasing the turnover time. So since it overlooks all aspects of production, quality of final product is always maintained. Objectives of production planning: to ensure capacity utilization is in tone with forecast demand always. To ensure the right quantity and quality of raw materials, equipment, and so on available during production. Dependence of production control. Production control cannot be the same across organizations. Production control is dependent upon following factors. Number one, the nature of production. It could be job-oriented, service-oriented, and so on. They will have nature of operation, and they will have size of operation. All of these could determine production control across organizations. Operations planning. Scheduling deals with both time allocations as well as resource allocation for production of required quantity. Operations planning is done as part of the short-term planning. High-level objective of operations planning is to decide the best way of allocation of labor and equipment to find balance between time and the use of limited resources within the organization. Tasks performed by operations scheduling. There are three important tasks performed by operations scheduling. We have allocation of resources, we have workforce scheduling, we have production equipment scheduling. Now, what are the objectives of operation scheduling? We have due importance to delivery date and avoiding delays in completion, reducing the time of job of machines, proper utilization of work centers. What are the principles of operation scheduling? To ensure continuous job schedule, end-to-end completion of job, remove the bottleneck, ensure feedback and to make adjustment, skill set of workforce, enhancement of product and process. Scheduling helps in capacity planning and to reduce bottlenecks. Scheduling helps in streamlining order promotion or production based on due date. Scheduling helps in sequencing of various job works. Now, what are the approaches in operational scheduling? We have two basic approaches. We have the forward scheduling and have the backward scheduling. So the forward scheduling is a type of scheduling where the planner considers order received date as the starting point of forward planning of all the activities. Backward scheduling is a type of scheduling where the planner considers the order delivery date as the start point and does backward planning of all the activities. So forward considers order received date for forward planning, while backward planning considers the starting point, the delivery date as the starting point for backward scheduling. Process configuration and strategies. 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 What is a process? A process is a series of goal-oriented steps or activities. Processes are essential to transform services and materials. The steps are specific and concrete in a process concrete. So in a way, all processes should be concrete or concretized with a purpose in mind or with the goals in mind. Processes are of many types as regards to work configuration. However, a few basic types of work configuration exist. The physical setup which is used to make a product is referred to as work configuration. The physical setup which is used to make a product is referred to as work configuration. And it is the arrangement of people and equipment and also the way materials and work in a process travel from place to place in a plant or an office. Kinds of work configuration. Kinds of work configuration. We have custom shops for one-of-a-kind items. Then we have job shops for batch processing, and then we have flow shops for serialized processing. We've looked at all of these kind of production earlier in this course. Kinds of work configuration. We have the flexible manufacturing systems for rapid model changeovers. We have continuous flow processing for non-stop systems. We have projects for developing new structures and systems. Types of process flows. Process flows can be categorized in many ways. One of the best among them is by noting the difference between analytical and synthetic processes. It is common to find a combination of these two types of processes. However, all processes tend to look more like one than the other. So we have the analytical processes and we have the synthetic processes. So let's look at what they are trying to say. Progressive disassemble or disassembly characterizes an analytical process. It is the opposite of a synthetic process because it disintegrates one thing into many. The term analytical process is derived from the fact that it involves analysis. Analysis is defined as the breaking up of a whole into individual parts so that their true nature can be found out. A synthetic process is one in which different components come together in order to form a single product. Synthetic processes employ synthesis, which is defined as many inputs joining together to form a whole. The purest example of synthesis is many to one. However, in reality, this is mostly reinforced by relatively synthetic process, which combines the many to form a few instead. So if we say process flows, the analytical processes could be one to many, and the synthetic is many to one. So analytical, you're breaking one into different fragments, and then synthetic, you're bringing different fragments to form one. Let's look at management of technology in operations and production management. Management of technology. Management of technology. Management of technology. Management of technology. Please just give me a second. I will be right back with you. Just a second, I'll be back. Thank you. All right, welcome back. Technology component of transformation. Technology component of transformation. From the perspective of operations management, technology consists of equipment that are deployed in a manner defined by scientific knowledge about the necessary conditions. In order to achieve specific transformation, equipment include computers, machinery, tools, and communication systems. Functioning of management of technology. The management of technology functions at three levels. We have at the societal level, at the company level, and at the international level. Technology timing. Technology management is about knowing when to shift from one technology to the other. Timing of shifts in technology involves the assessment of cost and savings made by shifting now as compared to the same from deferring the shift. Primary aspects of technology: we have product technology, we have process technology, we have information technology. Product technology, process technology, and information technology. For product technology, it is developed within a firm by translating ideas into new products and services for its customers. Engineers and researchers mostly develop product technologies. Process technologies, the methods through which a firm does things, usually rely on the application of technology. Sometimes a few of the large number of process technologies which are used by an organization is unique to a certain functional area, while others are used in a more universal manner. Information technology is increasingly being used by managers to gather, process, and transmit information in order to make more effective decisions. Now, planning, teamwork, and job design. 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 With regard to planning, teamwork, and job design, let's consider training and technology. All operations management systems depend on the participation of people. Human factor always plays a part, and teamwork counts a lot. The best equation which relates people and equipment is therefore workers plus machines equal to process capabilities. What is lacking in the above equation is the fact that people need training as well as teamwork in order to effectively use technology. The preferred equation, therefore, is teamwork plus training plus technology will give you process capabilities. The goal is to determine the correct blend of technology and training. The best guidelines for deciding this are as follows. Keep it simple, count on people for quality outputs, provide sufficient training, and avoid going beyond the limits of technological expertise. Present training methods. In the workplace today, we have things like on-the-job training, classroom instruction, audiovisual methods, seminars and workshops, and then we have role playing. Now, the new training methods we have are the action learning, team learning, computer-based learning, and distance learning, like we're having now. Job design. Job design essentially involves integrating job responsibilities or content and certain qualifications that are required to perform the same. It outlines the job responsibilities very clearly and also helps in attracting the right candidates to the right job. Further, it also makes the job look interesting and specialized. What are the benefits of job design? We have employee training. We have training is an integral part of job design. Contrary to the philosophy of leave them alone, job design lays due emphasis on training people so they are well aware of what their job demands and how it is to be done. Adjustment. A good job design allows adjustment for physically demanding jobs by minimizing the energy spent doing the job and by aligning the manpower requirements for the same. employee input. A good job design enables a good job feedback. Employees have the option to vary tasks as per their personal and social needs, habits, and circumstances in the workplace. Then we have the work or rest schedules. Job design offers good work and best schedule by clearly defining the number of hours individual has to spend in his or her job. Approaches to job design, we have the human approach, we have the engineering approach, and we have the job characteristics approach. For those of us that did HR before joining this course, I'm sure this area will be quite easy for you to understand. The human approach of job design lay emphasis on designing a job around the people or employees and not around the organizational process. That's human approach. The engineering approach is based on the application of scientific principles to job design. Work according to this approach should be scientifically analyzed and fragmented into logical tasks. Then we have the job characteristics approach. The job characteristics approach, according to this approach, there is a direct relationship between job satisfaction and rewards. The employees will be at their productive best and committed when they are rewarded appropriately for their work. Issues in job design. Issues in job design. Issues in job design. We have telecommuting or work from home. Then we have job sharing, flexi working hours, alternative work patterns, techno stress, and task revisions. Factors affecting job design as of today, we have the behavioral factors, we have the organizational factors, we have the environmental factors, and I'm sure we all understand all of these factors as how they affect our jobs today. Then we have project management. Project management, planning, development strategies. Project management, in this case, we are looking at the planning, development strategies. So we are not looking at project management as a whole. Designing new products, which is a planning initiative. New products are necessary to replace old products that have become unprofitable. The cash flow required to sustain a firm that can be increased by new products. A successful product line can also be extended using new products, supporting the marketing efforts. The new product area is governed by many rules. One of these is to select those products which have attributes familiar to the management due to existing experience. The following list of stages will help in designing a new product. We have concept selection, development and testing. Then we have estimation and business modeling. Then we have prototype construction and testing. Then we have process specification and pilot planting or pilot plant. So in this case, what is a project? A project is defined as a temporary endeavor with a beginning and an end, and it must be used to create a unique product, service, or result. A project is an activity to meet the creation of a unique product or service, and the activities that are undertaken to accomplish routine activities. So as a as a safety manager, you have to understand the nitty-gritties of project management. Thank God there are so many people here who have already done project management before migrating to safety. Well, when we say things like this, it seems as though we are trying to create more, is it cross-sales or what? No. As a project manager, you need safety. And as a safety manager, you need project management skills. So it's important you balance yourself by equipping yourself with both safety and project management skills. You cannot divorce safety skills from project management skills, and you cannot divorce project management skills from safety skills. Both are interwoven. There is no project that does not require safety, and there is no safety that project is not involved. So it's important we build our capacity in both areas, okay? Both the safety areas and what do you call it? Safety areas and project areas. Okay, we are gradually coming to a close. There are quite a number of people that are not in class today, and I may not necessarily say why it is so, but there are quite a number of people that are not in class today. This class is like half of its capacity. Managing projects. Number one, describe the goals. Number two, plan the project. Number three, carry out or implement the project activities. Number four, complete the project. And number five, improve on project delivery. Continuous improvement. Redesigning projects. There are methods which can be followed for designing projects so that projects can be, so that resources can be used effectively. Redesign can lead to improvement in project performance, such as shortening the critical path to get closer to target completion time and meeting the project. Now, as part of the agile approaches in project planning, redesigning or perhaps project plan modification could serve as a critical tool in shortening the critical path and shortening the time and reducing the resources that will be used for project deliverables. All right, so redesigning projects is good. All right. Then another thing we need to consider in safety is change management. New competitors emerge without any burden of old investment. They start without the old designs as well as obsolete equipment which their competitors possess. Newcomers can direct all their investment into new technologies, creating better products from better processes. Production and operations management can evaluate such competitive advantage. Now, quickly, let's look at production and operation management part in change management. Production and operations management brings special knowledge to the change management team, which consists of three parts as given below. We have familiarity with respect to technology, understanding the interaction between environment and protection and environmental protection and technology, then understanding the responsibility related to ethical production practices. Re-engineering for change management. Re-engineering aims for radical improvement over a reasonable time period. Re-engineering requires new systems designed from scratch to totally replace existing systems. Re-engineering is associated with application-oriented short-term research activities. General principles of re-engineering will have identify special core qualities, identify core processes, trace cross-functional transactions, develop detailed process analysis, and then select process to be redesigned. As we round up, we have work study and industrial engineering. Work study and industrial engineering. Please, as you keep hearing engineering, please, that does not mean that it does not really mean the word as it were. So for instance, we just said something about engineering. So that does not mean you should go back and start hitting machines and all of that. No. It says it's the radical improvement over a reasonable period of time. So it is not necessarily a mechanical approach. Okay. It mustn't be a mechanical approach. All right. Then we have the work study and industrial engineering. The work study, in the framework of work study, we have method study and we have work measurement. Example of method study is motion study. Example of work measurement is time study, and both are targeted towards higher productivity. Advantages of work study meets number one, it enables the achievement of smooth production flow with minimum interruptions. It helps to reduce the production costs through elimination of waste and unnecessary operations, better management worker relations, and meets delivery commitments. It also reduces the rejection and scrap, and reduces the reduction and scrap, and then higher utilization. There is higher utilization of organizational resources, enables achievement of better working conditions, and then better layout of the workplace. Method study helps an industrial engineer or a safety officer in this case to subject every operation to systematic analysis. Its main purpose is to eliminate unnecessary operations and find the best method of performing an operation. Method study is also termed as method engineering or work design. Methods engineering describe the collection of analytical techniques that focus on improving the effectiveness of men and machines. Work measurement is also called by the term time study. It is absolutely essential for both planning and control of operations. In the absence of measurement data, we will be unable to determine the capacity of facilities or quote delivery dates or costs. Objectives of work measurement: comparing alternative methods, assessing the correct initial manning or manpower requirement planning, then plan and control realistic costing, financial incentive schemes. They will have delivery date of goods, cost reduction and cost control, identifying substandard workers, and then training new employees. Now, in summary, production and operations management, as we've learned, production management will be efficient and will give benefits to various sections of the society. Customer is more beneficial in terms of increased productivity and increased use of value in the production or in the product. Products are available to customers at the right place, at the right time, in desired quantity and quality. Investors get increased security for their investment with adequate market returns and creditability. Employees get good wages, good job security, improved working conditions, and job satisfaction. Suppliers will get confidence in management as their bills will be settled without any delay. The company and society will achieve good prospects and security of increased productivity and a healthy industrial atmosphere. So this is where we are going to call it a time under production and operations management. Now, what have we done so far? What we've done so far is to synchronize all the things we've been learning since this class began and bringing them to how they can be used in organizations, be it service organizations or product organizations. That's what we've done in operations or perhaps production and operations management. We've looked at different sectors or different sides of an organization and different operations and production that may be considered, and then how this whole safety can be put into place. Now, thank you so much for your time, and I'm going to take questions right now. Please, if there are questions for me, please feel free to send in your questions now. You could send your question by lifting your hand and asking your question, or you could send them in the chat room. Please, whichever one that is most preferred to you, I will be attending to the questions now. Please, I would like to remind us that with your question, you're asking of attendance. Is attendance a question? So we have basically like 2 or 3 courses we've not dealt with. We've not dealt with contractor safety. We've not dealt with total. Okay, so we have somewhat dealt with total quality management in this operations and production management. So we are not going to deal with that again. So tomorrow we'll be looking at 6 Sigma, and we'll be looking at contractor management or contractor safety management, and that will be all to what we'll be doing. So tomorrow we'll be rounding up. Next week will be essentially presentations. Okay, so all of the groups should please prepare their presentations. We have received the articles of many, but please, all presentations should be in PowerPoint. Okay, all presentations should be in PowerPoint. Okay. Please, the time tomorrow is 2 p.m. 2 p.m. 2 p.m. Nigerian time and 1 p.m. Ghana time. 2 p.m. Nigerian time and 1 p.m. Ghana time. Time tomorrow, 2 p.m. Please, now that you're asking me time tomorrow, I'm not saying that class today is over. Our class is to hold till 5. Mr. Director. Okay, somebody's hand was up. Please, let me get that. Let me get that. Please read one. Read one, please. If you can hear me, kindly unmute and ask your question. Read one, please. If you can hear me, kindly unmute and ask your question.
Yeah, hello. Yeah, good afternoon, sir. Hello, good afternoon.
Yes, thank you so much and welcome.
Yes, sir. Good afternoon, sir. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, I want to ask, you talked about the quality and costing.
Okay.
Now, is quality, is costing determine the quality of goods? Then we looking at the
Sorry,
Nigerian
take
market.
it easy so that I will understand your question. You said, is
It-
quality determined by what?
is quality determine the good? The quality is a cost of production. Does it determine the quality? Because
Okay,
you
one.
mentioned the quality amount of this thing. So because looking at the Nigerian market, that goods keep on increasing, yet the quality decreases. So how do we do that? Then
Okay.
secondly, lot of us, including myself, I have not been grouped, and I've been asking the same question on this one. No response to that regard. Please help us in that regard.
What's the question, please?
As in second one is that I have not been grouped to grouping.
Okay, you've not been grouped. Okay,
Yes,
don't
yes.
worry, you will be grouped. You will receive grace for grouping now.
All right, sir.
I think we'll do all of.
All right, sir.
For anybody that has not been grouped, we will do all the grouping now before we go. So if you've not been grouped, can you raise your hand up? Let me get the group so that if you've not been grouped, please, can you raise your hand up? Let's do the grouping before we. Please, if you've not been grouped, just raise your hand so that we'll group you. I only have one person here. I only have one hand up. Does it mean others have been grouped? Please, if you've not been grouped, let me see your hand up. I'm still waiting to see more hands. It's only one hand. Is it only read one? Okay, read one. You said you've not been grouped and you now took down your hand. Read one, please bring your hand up so that we know those that have been grouped and those that have not. Abubakar Sani said he has not been grouped. So let's get everybody a group. Just a moment, we are going to do all the grouping now. Okay. So read one, you join group 2. Read one, you join group 2. I am putting you in group 2 now. Then Abubakar, you join group 3. Abubakar, you join group 3. Abubakar Sani, you join group 3. Who else has not been grouped? Please, let's do this once and for all because we might not have all the time. Read one. You join group 2. Abubakar, join group 3. Please, is there any other person that has not been grouped? Okay. Please, Galazi S9, what's your name? Please, can you unmute and let's know who you are?
Good afternoon, sir.
Yes, good afternoon, ma. You're welcome.
Thank you very much. My name is Faith Odo.
Oh, you're Faith Odo. It's like you've even cleared your payment.
I've done that.
And you have not gotten
I even wrote to you yesterday. Yes.
Oh, you wrote, it's like a pass. So. But I think the report I had yesterday was that some people have cleared that your name is looking like you're part of those people that have cleared. So how will you clear and not have group? Okay, so
that's what I'm telling you. I did that yesterday.
Okay, so Faith Odo, you're going to join group 4.
Okay, thank you very much, sir.
Yes, please, group 4.
Okay, sir.
Yeah. Let me be typing it as I'm calling Faith Odo. Are you from Mr. David Odo?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Is your husband?
Yes, sir.
That's good. Congratulations. We are gradually having family meeting now. Faith Odo David. All right.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. So
okay,
group 4. So as soon as we are done with this class, we are going to send the updated list so that everybody will know where they belong to. Okay, please, is there any other person? Let's get done with this. Is there any other person? Okay, so everybody here, I said Mr. Ridwan is group 2, Mr. Sani Abubakar is group 3, Mrs. Faith Odo David is group 4. So I have 2, 3, 4. Uh-oh. Ridwan, there is a conflict here. My list is showing that you are number 1 in group 5. Ridwan, come and answer for yourself. My list is showing that Sani Abubakar, my list is showing that you're in group 5. So how come you say you've not been grouped? Please answer for yourself. Where is Ridwan? Sani Abubakar, my list here is showing, the last update showed that you're in group 5. Ridwan is showing that you're in group 5. So how come you say you've not been grouped? What happened?
Yes, good afternoon, sir.
Yes, sir. Good afternoon.
Sir, I joined the group through a friend that linked me to group 5, but actually from the program menu, I wasn't joining any group. I thought that might be an issue.
From our list here, you are in group 5, and you're even number 4 in group 5. So if you were to be joined by a friend, you wouldn't be number 4. You would have probably been number 10 or number 11.
Okay, he sent me the link because I couldn't have the link. So I complained to him, then he shared it for me via WhatsApp and I joined.
Okay, so please, your group is group 5. Your group 5. Read one.
Okay,
yes, sir. I'm going to upload this again. As soon as this class is over, I'm going to upload it again so that we'll go through it. Mr. Read one. Your own is also saying you're in group 5. Where is Mr. Read one? Has he gone? Read one. Where are you? Where are you? You see, you've been complaining on something that has been solved long time ago. Read one. Come and answer for yourself. Please unmute and let's hear from you. Why did you not join group 5? And you're even number 1 in group 5. Read one. Where are you? Read one, answer, because I'm going to remove your name from that group 2 I put you. Your original list is group 5. Did Read one travel? So yeah, everyone here somehow has been grouped. Apart from Faith that I didn't see her. Let me even search. Possible her name could be somewhere. She did not know. Faith. Okay. Her name has not appeared anywhere before. Okay. So quickly, let me share the attendance link while we try to attend to other issues, if any. Okay, I've just shared the attendance link. So please let's sign the attendance link. Let's sign the attendance. Okay, Mr. Ishmael, your hand is up. Do you want to say something, or you've not been grouped to? Mr. Ishmael, please kindly unmute and let's hear from you.
Yeah, good afternoon to class.
Good afternoon, sir.
Yeah, doctor, how are you doing?
I'm wonderful. How is Ghana today?
By the grace of God, we are doing well.
Okay.
Yeah, mine is a question.
Okay, sir.
Yeah, from your submission through all the lessons that we have taught us. Today we talk about quantitative and qualitative course and all these things. Now, when you go to an organization, you realize that we have employees or people that are in charge of those course, qualitative and quantitative department.
Yeah, that's right.
You as a health safety professional, what is your intake in that regard?
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for that question. I really love that question. And that question has brought me to what I should have said a long time ago. In HSC, we have 1, 2, 3, right? So we have 1, which is basic safety. Then we have 2, which is safety officer. Then we have 3, which is safety supervisor. So at the level we are, at level 3, your work is supervision and support. So you're providing an oversight role to those of them in accounts. You're providing oversight role to those of them in production, in operation, in marketing, in human resources. You're providing an oversight role. That's for level 3 as a senior safety professional. Your work is more of oversight, supervisory, coaching, and mentorship role. That's more of your work.
Oh, okay.
Yes, sir.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome, sir. Okay, please, I need more questions to help drive my point home. Please, if there are more questions, let's go ahead and throw them open. Of course, everyone here is every one of us here is we work in one place or the other. So we are open to, or we are used to operations and productions every day. So is it that we are used to organizations that are into operations, or used to organizations that are into production? All right, Mr. Emmanuel, you are welcome. Kindly unmute and let's hear from you, sir.
Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon, sir.
First of all, I appreciate your effort, the zeal, everything about you. My first question, you have not been in the class. You did not even try to find out about me. Number 2. Number 2, this is your charisma. This is your charisma of teaching. What is the secret behind it? Thank you. I hope you have a lot. Number 3, I hope you have a lot of water beside you there. That is keeping you this.
Yes,
so please,
I have a lot of water.
Tell us the secret, sir. Thank you, sir.
Mr. Emmanuel, I was going to call you next week if I didn't see you in class today, because I noticed I didn't see you. Was it the last class? I didn't see you. I was going to call you anyway. So now that you've noticed that I did not notice you, both of us are in the noticing ministry now. Okay, so I think talking about lecturing and charisma, we will deal with that in management consulting, because that's part of management consulting. So feel free to join us in management consulting and learn for free everything you need to know about consulting and how you can Director Mike, he said I didn't notice you. It's not true. I noticed you. Even when you came to class and said you came late, I noticed you in the first session. Okay, because I didn't say it. All right, so please, for those of us that want to go into consulting, by November 14th, we are starting the Chartered Management Consultancy Program from CIMC USA. Please, whether you have the money or you don't have the money, please, it doesn't matter. Feel free to come and learn everything you need to learn on how to transform all of these things you're learning into profitable gains, and it will help, all right? At least before you become chartered, you can still use the little of what you have to get the resources for you to become chartered. But that will help quite a lot. It's free for participation, okay? So come and learn everything that you need to learn about management consulting or consulting in general. Okay, all right, thank you so much. Someone is saying something here. Sir, my colleagues in group 1 are not responding since I formed the group. I was the last to be placed in the group and somehow I became one that formed the group. Please help me talk to you. So please take notes back to what's your name? Take notes back to what's your name? Are you Benjamin Andy? Okay, so I will wait for your name. The next question here say, how can we distinguish between leading indicators and lagging indicators? All right, thank you so much, Mr. Clement. Take notes back to what is yes. If you're Benjamin and they type it Benjamin and because I asked today whether Benjamin is a class and nobody responded to me. Mr. Andy, nobody responded. Okay. Okay, you're Benjamin. And so why didn't you respond when I was asking of you? Or you were not in class then? All right, back to Mr. Clement question. How do you distinguish between leading indicators and lagging indicators? Please, Mr. Clement, one of the courses we'll be dealing with tomorrow is going to be talking about performance indicators, which is on contract management or contractor employee, contractor HSC management. Please permit me to explain all of these things by then, okay, so that we don't explain it in parts. We'll have a course that focuses on that performance management, and then we'll talk about leading indicators and trailing or lagging indicators. We'll deal with all of that tomorrow under contractor management. All right, so please bear me this period, but tomorrow we'll have all the time to talk about this. Thank you. Although it's still part of operations, your question is still part of operations, but since we have a full program for indicators, performance indicators, I think it will help us more, all right, than answering it in parts. Thank you so much for the compromise. Mr. Ishmael, please, is your hand still up? Please, if your hand is up, kindly unmute and let's hear from you.
Yeah, my hand is up again because I have a little doubt. I mean, not doubt, confused in my mind that I want you to clear me from out.
Okay.
Yeah, my concern is that is about Chartered Institute certification.
Okay.
Now we have a Chartered Institute of Management Consultant.
Yeah.
Now there is another one, Chartered Institute of International. That one is coming from the Institute of Management Consultant.
Okay.
Now, before you acquire that certificate, you need to go through a certain process.
Yeah.
And that one, is that what you're talking about, that you are starting on the 14th of next month?
Yes.
Okay. Okay.
Okay, so let me just make some little clarification here too. For us in IIPM, we have accreditation from Chartered Institute of Management Consultants, USA. So the training you're supposed to go through CIMC before you get chartered. Our own trainings have been accredited for international standards. So if you have IPM certifications, you can actually go for CIMC chartered programs. For instance, if after this safety program, you want to go for chartered safety professional, you don't need to go for any other training with CIMC. Okay. So all of the project work, all of the articles, all of the exams will be compiled and sent to them as your proof of having undergone the training, and your PDU also that will be displayed on your certificate will show number of hours you've been exposed to professional development. But there is a course that is specifically from CIMC themselves. And that the course on its own is also called CIMC, that is Chartered International Management Consultant. So CIMC as a course, Chartered International Management Consultant, is a course that is under Chartered Institute of Management Consultants, USA. So it's different from safety, it's different from project management, it's different from EI, it's different from every other course. That one is strictly for consultants. It's strictly for consultants, yes, sir.
Okay. And then once again, as when we are going for maybe project management or chartered in project management or chartered in HR,
yes.
And then do you have to pay one after the other, or once you are being chartered for HR, you can add the subsequent lessons to it so that it all will be chartered at the same time, or you have to pay one after the other? That's what I want to
You know, this your question now is like somebody who finished civil engineering and is now asking his faculty dean, is there a way my civil engineering can carry electrical engineering as well, then carry polymer engineering as well? Okay, so all of these courses are independent of each other.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. The only thing that you don't pay double is your membership. If you pay membership once, is once. You don't pay it double, irrespective of the number of charter you have. Membership is once.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Right,
thank you very much.
You're welcome, sir. Somebody said, when are we writing tests? Please, we are writing tests. Our test will be next week. Next week will be our test. Next week will be our test. Next week will be our test. HSC 1, 2, 3 are writing exam. Somebody just asked when is test. I said next week, and somebody else is asking when is test again. Test is next week. Test is next week Saturday. Next week Saturday. Time to read though. Time to read what again? Director, you've been reading since now. Which other thing do you want to read again? I want to read the whole encyclopedia. Okay, could there be any other question? Test will be next week. Presentations will also start and end next week. So we're supposed to have 2 weeks of presentation, but because of the 1 week lag we had, presentations will start and end next week. So from group 1 to group 5, prepare for your presentations. We are still going to do some further reviews. If we find out that those people who grouped are not really functional, we'll remove them and we could do some rearrangements. Okay, we'll make some rearrangements. And please, let's be informed that before you write tests, you should have paid for your study materials. You should have paid for your study materials. You should have paid for your study materials. Okay. Okay, please, if there are materials you don't have, please kindly chat us privately so that we can get those, we can get to know those materials and then send them to you. Could there be any other issue? Could there be any other issue? Can we go and rest now? Is there anybody who has not signed attendance? Is there anybody who has not signed attendance? Is there anybody who has not signed attendance? Okay, please, within the week, The people in admissions department may still have to contact you to clarify one or two things as regards to your admissions and payment. Please feel free to provide them the information they need. Okay, they may call you, they may send you an email, whichever one they choose. Please feel free to respond to them. All right, at this juncture, I would like to say a very big thank you to everyone. We'll meet tomorrow by 2 p.m. So by 2 p.m. we'll start, and we are going to round up safety tomorrow so that you can go and rest, and we go and prepare for exam and tests. All right. Thank you so much, and enjoy a wonderful, wonderful weekend. God bless you real good.
Wanna make love on the moon, dancing to my tunes. Easy too much, it's not too much. I wanna be on Forbes list, if wishes were horses. Easy too much, it's not too much. If I want money, me, I do what dance, I got to say. If I want money, me, I'ma buy my shojo, I'ma buy my foya, I'ma buy me. Yeah, yeah. I wanna be a billionaire, billionaire, yeah, yeah. I wanna be a billionaire, billionaire, yeah, yeah. Yala, yeah, anybody, anybody. Be a billionaire, billionaire, yeah, yeah. I wanna be a billionaire, billionaire, yeah. I wanna wake up in a Lamborghini. I want to fly for Santorini, make money to Sicily. Oh, yeah, yeah. If I want money, me, I do what dance, I got to say. If I want money, me, I'ma buy my shojo, I'ma buy my foya, I'ma buy me. Yeah, yeah. I wanna be a billionaire, billionaire, yeah, yeah. I wanna be a billionaire, billionaire, yeah, yeah. Yala, yeah, anybody, anybody, yeah. I didn't do that, Lori Mejo, oh, yeah. I wanna be a billionaire, billionaire. Billionaire, billionaire, yeah. Billionaire, on va l'eau, on va l'alou, on va y'alou, on va diga, on va diga, on va diga, on va l'eau, on va diga, on va diga, on va diga, on va l'eau. Yeah, I wanna
More
be
music
a
at ninjalude.com.